In this video, let's understand what is margin of error. The margin of error of this poll here, it's about 2.7%. And this 2.7% is calculated based on the sample size of 1,302 observations. This is the table that relates sample size and the margin of error. If you have a sample size of 100 observations, the margin of error will be 10%. If you want to reduce the margin of error by half from 10% to 5%, you need to increase your sample size 4 times, from 100 to 400. How I know that if the sample size is 400, the margin of error is 5%? This is the formula for margin of error. Margin of error is equal 1 divided by the square root of the sample size. This is 1 over 20, that is 5%. A smart student would ask, how do you know that this is the formula for margin of error? This is the definition of margin of error for proportion. It is the z-score for 95% confidence interval times the standard error. We can round this z to 2 because 2 standard deviation above the mean and below the mean covers more or less 95% of the data. P hat is a proportion. It varies from 0 to 1. And what is the maximum value for the variance? It is when p hat equals half. You can figure out this fact using your intuition, or plot the graphic, or using calculus, and take the derivative. Now, let's simplify this expression. The square root of 1/4 is 1/2. And then we can simplify these two here, and you get the formula. We derive that margin of error is about 1 over square root of n. I wrote the equality here, but this is approximation. We use here the maximum variance because we want to be conservative to create the biggest margin of error. See the intuition here. The margin of error is bigger when both candidates are 50-50. If one candidate has 60% and the other 40%, the margin of error will be smaller.